Now, Tully Blanchard eyes the fact that Manny Fernandez, who has been Southwest heavyweight champion and brass knucks champion, is not defending any title here tonight, but he wants a piece of Manny Fernandez's scalp in order to set him up for a future battle. And this one here, and you watch that Manny Fernandez, and he comes up with some great moves. Right now, as he goes after that twisting arm lock, he is trying to keep Tully Blanchard perpetually off balance and to keep crowding in and doing something about it. A still arm twist. He uses an arm bar by holding that arm out straight and pulling it against the way that the elbow bends. And down on the deck, Tully Blanchard, who has, along with his partner Gino Hernandez, been involved in wild altercations with Dick Slater. Slater has recently been injured by the pair, and here at the Coliseum tonight, Tully is taking on Manny Fernandez, and then he is going to be placed in the dressing room and kept there during the final event of this night's card, which is to feature the battle between Slater and Gorgeous Gino. So with Tully trying to roll his way out from underneath, the referee gives him the option of quitting. Manny stays in close to him, keeps working that arm, and now as he straightens it out and puts the bend on backward there, he manages to keep him in trouble. The pressure, the twist, it's all Manny's so far. Watch for Tully. Tully is predictable in one thing, that he is unpredictable. You can't guess what's going to come next, but you can guess what Manny is thinking of doing as he moves in on Tully Blanchard. Manny assumes that fighting stance and starts crowding him. He wants to get into a pitched battle. He wants to get into a fist fight. He wants to get into anything that will give him an advantage over Tully Blanchard. Manny Fernandez bounces in, but you can see that Tully Blanchard was looking for that moment's relaxation, that just almost unconscious relaxation of his defense, and he tried to find it with the toe of his boot, and it didn't quite work out. Twisting arm lock. Now it's an arm bar. You see him with the arm over the shoulder as he lifts Blanchard clear of the canvas and puts the pressure on that arm. Blanchard's got to go up there. It's the only way he can relieve the pressure on his arm. And right on the shoulder, he drove into the turnbuckle, and as he hit it, he had all of his weight underneath Tully Blanchard's arm. The pull away from the ropes is successful, and Manny follows in there, keeps driving in there with that elbow of his. Anything that punishes the arm is going to favor Manny Fernandez. Blanchard has no defense when he's up in the air that way. No way that he can do anything. No way he gets balance or purchase in order to be able to bounce into his opponent or to throw him. And so he was thrown. And as the referee shouts his request, you can see Manny doing his work and pulling Tully Blanchard away from the ropes. Manny keeps that arm solidly straight, and that's the way it should be done in order to get the pressure on there for a bar hold. But Tully was able to hook his feet along the outside of the ring apron, avoid being pulled in, and thus get the hold broken. So Tully's on the floor, just a few feet from us here. Now he moves away toward the corner. 5 minutes have gone by with Blanchard on the floor and Manny Fernandez more than eager and willing to face him. So Tully comes in. Tully has had his problems. He is looking for the opening. He found the opening. And if he gets into a pitched battle, a socking give and take with Tully's going to be in trouble too. But now it's definitely Blanchard's advantage, and that smash into the turnbuckle was all his. Of the punishment that's been given out, Tully now has the best part of the action on his side. Tully has been given the punishing action while the wrestling action has been used by Fernandez. Effort to try to squeeze out from underneath there as Manny Fernandez bounces, and you can see Tully Blanchard holding onto his trunks in order to keep him from moving his entire body out from under him. Tully comes up, he's after that arm again, but oh, that was a solid smash to the jaw. Yes, it was with a fist. But Manny Fernandez likes to refer to himself as a street fighter. He's on the street right now as far as fighting goes, and as far as he starts ripping into Blanchard. Blanchard has had some horrendous punishment on that left shoulder and arm of his. And you can see that Manny Fernandez wants to keep up the good work, as the old saying goes, by making it even more difficult for his opponent. Fernandez following the arm and now trying to set him up. There's the chop that Manny Fernandez uses so well. There it is. Referee Eric Manheimer.
Well, the first ball, 7 minutes, 16 seconds, Manny Fernandez.
Well, Eric Manheimer. Eric hesitated on that third count. He gave Tully Blanchard all the break in the world. Right now we pause for this word from the studio. That bell starts fall number 2. Manny Fernandez, a fall ahead, moves in, keeps after Tully Blanchard, who holds up in that corner, but holding up in the corner only protects 3 sides. It doesn't protect the front. Well-aimed pair of feet, and Manny Fernandez pounces on top of him, but you see the foot. Now, some referees will get up and kick the foot away, the referee's option, and some of them will not touch a wrestler under those circumstances. And Tully Blanchard raised both knees that time, pulled up both knees, and Manny landed solidly, landed hard on his opponent's knees, and this could take you apart, believe me. Manny is doubled up, as well he might be. Now he is on the receiving end of the punishment, and as Tully drops in there, drops that knee in there, drives it in hard and solidly, we've got Tully on top. Almost squeezed out the equalizing fall, but he did not make it. And the relentless approach of Tully Blanchard, you see him moving in on Manny Fernandez. There was a quick rising drive that's put a stop to him. And what a high knee. He caught him right in the jaw. We've got a fall. We've got a fall, and the fall goes to Tully Blanchard. It is the equalizing fall, and this means there'll be one more fall, and we'll be back for it. Right now we're going to pause. We're going to the studio for this message, and we'll be back with the third and deciding fall. As the bell sounded, Tully was across that ring with his foot first and driving into Manny Fernandez. You see Manny, you saw him held up against that top bottom rope and that foot trying to literally garrote him. Crotch and slam, and Tully comes in again trying to chop his head off, and that's even more of a guillotine when you get that leg over there and land in that right spot. And on top again, and Tully Blanchard is having trouble gluing him down for the 3 count. So Blanchard literally stalks him. And there is the rip across the face with those knee pads that are being worn by Tully Blanchard. Because lots of wrestlers wear knee pads. Not every wrestler uses them, particularly in that abrasive move across the face and across the eyes. And Blanchard, as he tries to weaken Fernandez, managed to pound a lot of punishment into him in that corner. And as Manny gets out, Tully is ready, but you can see what he's ready for. He's ready to knock his block off, but he caught one in the midsection that may change his mind. That was a good wallop to the jaw, and Manny again, as he drives in there, has got to watch out. Tully Blanchard is unorthodox in the manner in which he dishes out a lot of punishment. He catches punishment that's unorthodox too. He did that time. So Tully down on the left, Manny rising with a roar. And that roar is accentuated by the manner in which the crowd responds. Both feet right smack in the face. He caught him coming up. And as he punishes Tully, he catches him that time the same way he was caught. Not with the feet, but with the knee. And he caught his head. On top is Manny Fernandez, and Fernandez came close that time, but close doesn't win the marbles. Give and takes. Solid, smashing blows as Manny Fernandez that time dropped him down to the canvas, and Tully's finding it hard to get into a defensive position. Hard to do it with a guy like Manny swarming all over you. Crashed in there with that right hand, and it was done. A rabbit punch with a knee. He dropped on the back of his neck. This should be it. But Tully Blanchard is into the ropes there, and the referee was, I think, a mite generous in permitting him to get a break. But I guess when you got to make the decision, it's a little bit different than sitting on the outside. So the knee comes into the midsection of Blanchard. And Manny Fernandez, he does some head first dive. No, feet first. You never know which way he's coming, but he'll come at you. Underneath is Tully Blanchard. And now Fernandez trying to set him up. And he gets the sleep hold. There's Gino Hernandez. And Gino Hernandez that time was able to distract Manny Fernandez, and Fernandez turned on him, and here comes Dick Slater. Dick Slater racing down to the ringside, racing down with a 2x4 and ready to drive it into someone else. Dick Slater pounding Gino Hernandez, pounding him not only with the fist, but pounding him with a 2x4 across the back, across the neck, and on the top of the head. And gorgeous Gino right now is not so gorgeous. You've got 2 separate battles going on here as Dick Slater slams into Gino, blasts him. Gino is busted open. There is blood on his head, and Tully goes outside the ring. Tully takes, and again, oh man, how he got him that time. He laid it in there, and now Slater is after it on the floor. Slater with a 2x4 waving the breeze. I don't know what decision has been given yet in the match. Gino with he is literally almost down on his knees as he is being helped out of the ringside by Tully Blanchard. Blanchard under him and up in the ring as this crowd roars and screams and sounds off. Manny Fernandez has his hand raised, and I believe that Tully Blanchard